Cop rock, oh boy. I guess I'm going to wind up talking about that till the day I die. Not by choice, I might add. But cop rock was an idea that I'd been sort of stewing over, because when I was doing Hill Street Blues, a woman came to me with a proposal to turn Hill Street Blues into a Broadway musical. And I was hugely enamored of that idea. And then ultimately, logistically, we just couldn't figure out how to do it, with production and thing and this and that. So it went away. But the idea stuck in my head. And at some point, the idea got inverted. I thought, well, if I can't bring the cop show to Broadway, what if I brought Broadway to the cop show? And why couldn't you do a dramatic musical? And that's how I sort of, and everybody said, you're nuts, you're crazy, that'll never fly. And I guess I had such a passion for the idea that I talked everybody into it, including Randy Newman, who said, you're an idiot. This will never work. I talked him into it. They were all right. Everybody was right. It never worked. But I loved it. It was the most fun I ever had working on a show.
What made it so fun for you?
The music, and all of the problems attendant to trying to do a musical drama on a regular schedule, on a regular television schedule. We figured out how to do it. And everybody did their own singing. Everybody did their own singing. And they did it live. So, we were producing, I think we did 5 songs per hour. And every one of those songs was performed live. It wasn't like lip syncing or doing any of that stuff or putting music in later. So we had a big sound truck outside the stage, and it was incredible. I always thought, God, if we could figure out the physical logistics of actually producing this thing on a television budget, there's no way we can miss. And of course, we figured that part of it out and missed hugely. I think it embarrassed people. Honestly, I just think people were embarrassed by it. The way you're embarrassed when, your Uncle Louie gets up at Thanksgiving half bagged and sings his way. Oh, God. I think that's how people reacted to it. Its devoted core audience loves it to this day. But that was relatively speaking, that was a minuscule audience by network standards. Randy Newman wrote all the songs for the pilot, and they were brilliant, just brilliant, every one of them. And then in the series, we had a staff of songwriters, supervised by Mike Post, and we would have story meetings in this office with like 5 writers and 5 songwriters. It was like a free-for-all, because we'd have to figure out which of the story moments would become songs. So that was a whole logistical, creative issue in itself. Is this a song? Is that a song? And then these songwriters would go off under terrible, time pressure and write really good songs. I can't tell you that every song we did was a knockout, or that any of them were up to the level of the kind of stuff that Randy did for the show. But we made 11 episodes of Cop Rock, I think it was, times 5 shows. That's 55 songs, and I think a pretty damn good percentage of them were first-rate songs. And they all advanced story.
Would you ever do anything like that again?
No. Once was enough.